Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Evelyn, and I'm excited to be here with my mom, Maya, my grandma, Sarah, and my great-grandma, Barbara. Today, we're discussing ways to address systemic inequalities and injustices. Personally, I believe this is a critical topic because these issues affect so many aspects of our lives, from education to employment to healthcare. We need to find effective solutions to create a fairer and more just society. Mom, can you explain more about systemic inequalities and injustices? I want to make sure everyone understands what we're talking about.
Sure, Evelyn. Systemic inequalities refer to the unfair and unequal treatment of certain groups within society. This can be based on race, gender, economic status, and more. These inequalities are embedded within the structures and institutions of our society, such as the legal system, education system, and job market. For example, people of color might face discrimination in hiring practices, or women might earn less than men for the same work. These injustices have long-lasting impacts on people's lives, creating barriers to opportunities and success.
I think addressing systemic inequalities is incredibly important because it affects everyone's quality of life. It's particularly crucial for marginalized communities who face the most severe impacts. Do you agree, Mom?
Absolutely, Evelyn. It's vital to address these issues because they prevent many people from reaching their full potential. Marginalized communities, such as people of color, women, and low-income individuals, often face significant hurdles that make it harder for them to succeed. Tackling these inequalities can help create a more equitable society where everyone has a fair chance.
Growing up, I've seen how systemic inequalities can affect my friends and classmates. For instance, some of my friends from lower-income families struggle to access quality education and healthcare. It's heartbreaking to see how these barriers hold them back. What about you, Mom? What have you experienced?
I remember facing challenges when I started my own business. As a woman, I encountered bias and skepticism from potential investors and clients. It was tough, but I pushed through because I believed in my vision. These experiences have made me more determined to fight for equality. I often wonder how it was in the past. Mom, what were your experiences like?
When I was growing up, there were clear gender roles that dictated what women could or couldn't do. I remember the Equal Pay Act of 1963, which aimed to abolish wage disparity based on gender, but progress was slow. In my career, I saw many talented women being overlooked for promotions. However, we've come a long way since then. Mom, how about you?
When I was young, during the 1950s and 60s, traditional gender roles were very rigid. Women were often expected to stay home and take care of the household. I became a teacher because it was one of the few professions considered suitable for women. The civil rights movement in the 1960s was a significant turning point, highlighting the need for equality across all areas. If we'd had today's technology and global connectivity back then, it might have accelerated the changes we fought for.
Let's discuss the merits and drawbacks of our topic, weighing its pros and cons as well as advantages and disadvantages. We should also propose solutions for addressing the negative aspects and suggest methods for enhancing the positive situations and advantages. What do you think, Mom?
One of the biggest merits of addressing systemic inequalities is the potential for creating a more just and equitable society. This can lead to improved quality of life for everyone, especially marginalized groups. However, a significant drawback is the resistance to change. Many people are comfortable with the status quo and might not see the need for change. To address this, we need to focus on education and awareness, showing people the benefits of a more equitable society.
I agree, Mom. Education is key. We can start by integrating discussions about systemic inequalities into school curriculums, ensuring that young people understand these issues from an early age. Additionally, social media can be a powerful tool for raising awareness and mobilizing support. However, we need to be cautious about misinformation. We can counter this by promoting credible sources and encouraging critical thinking skills.
In my time, we relied heavily on community gatherings and printed materials to spread information. Today, the speed and reach of social media can be both a blessing and a curse. It's important to use these tools wisely, verifying information before sharing it, and creating online communities that encourage constructive dialogue.
Mom, I completely agree. The challenge now is balancing the speed of information with its accuracy. One way to do this is through fact-checking and promoting digital literacy. Teaching people how to discern credible information online can help combat the spread of misinformation. Additionally, fostering empathy and understanding through storytelling can make these issues more relatable.
Another solution is to support policies and initiatives that promote equality. This can include advocating for equal pay, supporting affirmative action programs, and ensuring access to quality education and healthcare for all. By backing these initiatives, we can create systemic change. However, it's also crucial to hold institutions accountable and ensure they follow through on their commitments.
And on a personal level, we can all take steps to challenge our own biases and educate ourselves about different perspectives. Engaging in conversations with people from diverse backgrounds can broaden our understanding and foster inclusivity. It's important to recognize that change starts with us, and we have the power to influence those around us.
Reflecting on how it could have influenced my experiences, I think having access to today's technology would have made organizing and advocating for change much more efficient. The ability to connect with like-minded individuals across the country and share resources instantly would have been invaluable.
Yes, the presence of digital tools and platforms would have certainly accelerated our efforts. For example, during the women's rights movement in the 1960s and 70s, we relied on physical meetings and newsletters. Imagine the impact we could have had with the ability to instantly reach millions of people through social media.
That's a great point, Mom. Today, we can use these tools to build on the foundations you and Grandma laid. By leveraging technology to amplify our voices, we can continue pushing for progress and ensuring that the fight for equality is a collective effort.
It's fascinating to hear how things have evolved. We can learn so much from the past and use that knowledge to inform our current strategies. For instance, combining traditional methods of community building with modern digital tools can create a powerful synergy.
Exactly, Evelyn. It's about blending the old and the new to create a comprehensive approach. We need to be strategic in our efforts, using data and research to guide our actions while staying grounded in the human connections that drive real change.
Ultimately, addressing systemic inequalities requires a multifaceted approach. We need to educate, advocate, and hold institutions accountable while also challenging our own biases and supporting each other. It's a collective effort, and everyone has a role to play.
Indeed, it's about building on the progress we've made and continuing to push for a better future. We must remember that every small step counts, and that by working together, we can create lasting change.
And let's not forget the importance of resilience and perseverance. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with continued effort and determination, we can make a significant impact.
Thank you all for your insights. It's inspiring to hear your perspectives and experiences. To summarize our discussion, we've explored the importance of addressing systemic inequalities and injustices. Great-grandma and grandma share how they navigated these challenges in their times, emphasizing the value of personal connections and community support. Mom and I highlighted how technology can amplify our efforts today. We've also discussed the need for balance between modern tools and traditional methods. Thank you all for your valuable insights and contributions. Thank you to everyone watching. We appreciate your time and hope this discussion has provided valuable perspectives on addressing systemic inequalities. Goodbye for now and take care.